Hi everyone, Raj Gavrola. Welcome to Experiencing Innovation and Entrepreneurial Leadership. This week we're continuing with the 7 strategies to solve a performance gap. So the first strategy was identify and prove the gap. You can watch the video in the past that I did a couple of weeks ago. The second one was to use modeling or a model for a framework. The third is application of learning. Application of learning. See, in innovation and entrepreneurial leadership, eventually what's going to happen is you can't focus on, or at least I don't know anyone who has, been able to focus on a whole bunch of things. I'm not saying you can't be involved in a whole bunch of things, because I am, and they all interconnect. But initially, especially, and in those areas, when I am working on those areas, I can interconnect them, but first I'm working on each one, making progress, right? And so when I do my keynote on winning at entrepreneurship, or I do my winning at entrepreneurship workshop, or I do my innovation and entrepreneurial thinking tools manual program or workshop, I have all of those tools there, right? And those tools are there so it makes it easier for you to accomplish what you need to accomplish. But here's the amazing thing about them. If you say 1 + 1, you understand the tool of addition, you receive 2, right? And no matter who else is in the room, all the people in the room, everyone that says 1 + 1 gets 2 once you know addition. Well, with my tools, my innovation and entrepreneurial leadership tools or entrepreneurial thinking tools, it's not like that. Because these tools, and all of my tools for the most part, are tools that require your high value input so that at the outcome we get an effect, we get a benefit far greater that's customized to you, customized for your team, your department, your organization, your business unit, your company, your business, your family, whatever it may be. See how that works? Those are the tools. And so that's application of learning. And I'm sure not many, because people do pay for this. And usually when someone pays for something, they give it a shot for a week or 2 to make sure that before they say that it's not for them, that they evaluate it. And they probably evaluated it a good bit beforehand, watching videos like this and stuff like that before they even come and engage me and hire me to speak or to do a workshop or coach or consult or whatever it is they do. And so some people are just there to see what it's about, and they take it and it's in their mind, and that in itself is a positive input in the mind. And with all the negativity in the world, having just that positivity is there. And obviously some of them are in there thinking, oh gosh, I'm not innovative, I'm not entrepreneurial, you know, doesn't that mean this, that? And they have all these fear things that they need to get through and get over. And a lot of people just don't even try to do that, get past that, just because they've already heard all the horror stories, and they haven't focused on the other ways, and they haven't focused on, well, you know, if I do it the right way, if I take it in stages, then whatever happens, I can really make it into a positive and I can be successful. I'm not saying you're going to be Bill Gates or Warren Buffett or Mark Cuban or Richard Branson. I'm not saying any of that, or the founder of Facebook or whomever it is. But I am saying that you will be of more value, you will have learned more, and you will be more valuable in whatever it is that you do, as long as you apply that learning and you know how to apply it, and you understand how to make it a positive in your life and what you learn from it. So the application of learning is important. So think about that. Anything that I provide, most everything, my client is adding value to it because I'm using they're using their thinking, their experiences, their epistemology, their relationships, their whatever, learning, education, in order to take it and create something of much higher value to them that they can implement for human performance, life, and organizational breakthroughs. So what are some examples besides the example of my programs and my workbooks or manual? Well, another example is I was here at home and we had someone helping this morning, and you might not have clinical problem like ADHD, but her sister has that. And so I, do not do clinical, but I understand concentration and focus because a lot of my clients, I work with them on that for breakthroughs. And so I told her to use what I call the strategy or the tactic of trackability. So I told her, have your sister watch a tennis match and keep score. Now, in addition to keeping score, to make it easier, because if I do that, I can do like 3 or 4 games. And then I start to lose concentration and focus because I'm thinking about something else, or I'm thinking about the crowd, or how someone's playing, how great they're playing, or how they're struggling, whatever it may be. However, if I use tractability, what happens is that I'm thinking to myself, okay, serve down the line, cross court backhand, cross court forehand, and I'm seeing what the opponent's doing, cross court, down the line, inside out, inside in, down the line, drop shot, lob, volley, lob, overhead smash. And once I started doing that, or when I started doing tractability and using that as a strategy and a tool and a technique, I was able to do a whole set easily. And so in innovation and entrepreneurial leadership, one of the things that you're challenged with is a bunch of ideas, because I know that because you're an innovator. Now, that is great. However, you've got to have a breakthrough process to where you know when to store, where in your mindset to store, or in your mind to store that idea, and then let it germinate, fertilize it, let it develop, nurture it, develop, build, and grow it in your mind, and pull it out at the right time. And have all the ability to do that, and then eventually to be able to interconnect the different ideas to make your current innovation better, or to connect your innovation to something different, because I'm involved in several innovative entrepreneurial endeavors, not just one. It used to be just one, but I've just done so much work in that space, read so much about it, and that's just what area that I've just always been amazed at. And obviously, to experience human performance breakthroughs, life breakthroughs, organizational breakthroughs, there's no doubt you need innovation. You need to be innovative, right? A lot of people call it create change, but I'm here to tell you change is happening all the time. It's innovation. And the real thing is if when you out-innovate someone, then you're more of value to your clients, to your employees, to your team, to your organization, and therefore you're more valuable. I mean, it's that simple, right? You can get a better deal. You can get better recognition. You can get better buy-in, all of those things. And so that's essential. So use that tool. Now, if you don't like tennis for some reason, you can go on YouTube and download or watch a match of Borg and McEnroe and do this. You can do it with basketball. You can do it with football. Just each play, know the down and distance, who has the ball, who doesn't, what the score is, all of those things. And when I did that with tennis, it totally transformed my mind, my mindset. It connected all the dendrites, and I could literally feel my mind as if it was Play-Doh, and I could like massage it to where it needed to be. It was so much better than taking a supplement, or if you're on medication, etc. Or if you're at the point that, well, I'm just not able to concentrate right now, let me concentrate later. Well, I can tell you the difference in a lot of things is the ability to concentrate, right? when you're interacting with somebody in the moment, right? And you're on your feet or you're talking on the phone, it's that moment by moment, right? Concentration so that you're able to create a common goal with them and go and drive forward at a higher drive. Same thing with sports, right? Number one would be concentration, the mental tools. Because if you're able to concentrate, just that millisecond of lack of concentration is keeping you from hitting a winner because you were late to the ball or you didn't bend your knees, or the other player might have lost concentration a little and you were able to take advantage of that or hit the better approach shot. All of that, that's probably number one. And so, that's essential. And you can use this even in your work, like when you're talking with people. Are you talking with people and are you already sitting there and not being in the moment, and you're not doing active listening, but you're just listening to everything they say, yet you're not like asking clarifying questions, even maybe after you politely listen to everything and then ask clarifying questions? Or did you not actively listen going in? I mean, it depends on the situation, how active listening you're doing. Or are you trying to interject your ideas and thoughts before you even know the situation, right? So, are you helpfully listening, or are you listening just for a break so you can start implementing thoughts and ideas without even any knowledge of the situation, of what's happening in the moment, etc. Now, sometimes it's quite obvious, there's a fire there. We know we need to leave. I mean, hey, that's instant. But a lot of times it's not, and that's what's different when you're like talking with someone about your product, your service, your company, your team, whatever it may be, your leadership, whatever. So that's essential, right? Essential. Now, here's another example. I've been pretty innovative with my nutrition. I mean, as well as I do, if you watch one of my earlier videos, that applying the learning, I basically know that if I eat something and it tastes good, but it doesn't make me feel good, it's not for me. And that's my test. I don't need to go to a dietitian and all of that, okay? Because it's just not something that I need. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I eat right. And so lately I've been noticing that my concentration and focus was off. And I didn't know why it was becoming more difficult. And then I realized I had been eating these little flat round, lifesaver looking sour candies. So they had this sour flavor, which I love sour things. And they had a lot of refined sugar. And I know immediately that eating one of those is okay for me. But eating like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for 3 days in a row, my body reacted. And refined sugar reacts with about anything in your hormones and your chemical makeup. If you take supplements, herbs, medicine. And once I stopped that and I reflected to see what was wrong or what had changed, I realized I had done that. And that made all the difference. So that's application of the learning. And so what did I use? I used the tool of reflection to see, what is doing this, because it shouldn't be happening, right? Now, here's my zone effect for this week. And you all know that the zone for me is when you're making a performance breakthrough, performance improvement, you're doing something better, you're achieving, everything's in slow motion, it feels effortless, and time is not a deterring factor. Well, I made a zone breakthrough in how long I can hold the plank. A plank is like a push-up, but you don't go down. You just hold yourself up. And before, for a longer time, I was under a minute, and then I exceeded a minute. And recently, for this new record that I set, I'm over 2 minutes. Over 2 minutes. Now, I have a breakthrough process. But doing that, what does that do? It shows me that with a breakthrough process, I can also do that in innovation and entrepreneurial leadership. I can also do that in my relationships at home, in my life breakthroughs, right? In my organizational breakthroughs. Additionally, what it did is it gave me an unexpected success, because you saw either last week or the week before that I had made a breakthrough in the number of push-ups I did. How did I do that? Well, obviously doing the plank strengthened my shoulder muscles, it strengthened my glutes, it strengthened my core, and doing other things that are part of my breakthrough process made it easier for me to do push-ups, and that's why I set a record in doing the number of push-ups that I did. Wow. Wow. See, I love that. Who wouldn't love that? It's rewarding, it's fun, it's enjoyable. Something that seemed difficult or hard now is easier to do, and you did it with a breakthrough process. And you can do the same thing with innovation and entrepreneurial leadership, right? And that's why I recommend buying my manual, having me come in to speak to your group, to your team, to your leadership, whomever it may be, to start seeding this and to put together the breakthrough process that's right for you, because every company, every organization, every team, individual is a little different. So that's what I have for you this week. If something was helpful to you, if you want to learn more or have me help you more or work with you, you can contact me at 864-569-2315 or email me at raj@rajgavrula.com. I hope you have a meaningful trigger for tonight. I know I do. I have a board meeting tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. It's always nice to be on the board serving the community and meeting with friends and just, people that care about what's happening in the community. So that's what I have for you today. On Thursday, we will be doing 2 sessions on the same thing, application of learning, right? Application of learning. And that will be in all about life and experiencing intelligent breakthroughs in your sports performance and life.